If you think being a pirate or a sailor back in the old days was so cool, here's the harsh truth. It was not all about singing sea shanties and embarking on epic voyages across the 7 seas to find the Fountain of Youth or caves filled with gold. It wasn't actually that cool being at sea all the time, and I have 5 compelling reasons to prove you so. The captain tells you to get ready because the next day, you're going to set sail on a journey that is expected to take somewhere around 6 months, if you're lucky that is, because storms and singing mermaids could complicate things. Now, let's pause this daydream for a quick second because here comes problem number 1. What I mean by packing a few things is just the clothes on your back. Sailors would only have one set of clothes that they almost never washed during the entire voyage. That's because they believed that dirt and grease would protect them from winds and rains. You kiss your family goodbye and head to the port where your new home is waiting. This makes you start doubting your choice of becoming a sailor in the first place. So, here's problem number 2. The ships were absolutely crammed. Back in the day, sailors would have to accept living in such conditions, whether they were working for a big name like Christopher Columbus or not. The Nina and the Pinta were 2 of Columbus's ships and the best sailing vessels of their time. Yet again, this didn't change the fact that they were so small that men had no place to sleep. Which gives us problem number 3. Having to sleep next to one another on a crowded deck where they could barely move was not so great for sailors' health conditions, and going below deck to escape the snoring of their fellow shipmates was not an option because there was no fresh air there. So, kiss personal hygiene goodbye. Also, sailors were at sea no matter the season or the weather, so they were often cold and wet. Speaking of health conditions brings us to problem number 4, and it's food and hunger. Sailors didn't have their own mini-fridges with different kinds of condiments back then, like the compartments luxury cruises have these days. It definitely wasn't like the food prepared by Michelin star chefs. Hardtack was essentially a mix of water and flour baked into a cardboard-flavored cracker.